The MLB trade deadline is about a week away. Through the past few years, we've seen trades that have helped teams win a World Series, but also trades where future stars get moved by the team, trying to take a risk to contend now, showing how crucial the deadline is for not only contenders but also rebuilding teams. I'll be making a trade for every MLB team along with the prospect return they get. First up, we have the Diamondbacks, where they will be trading Zach Gallen. Gallen has fallen off a cliff this season and has the worst ERA in baseball, and is having by far the worst year of his career in every category except walks. He's also led the second most homers out of any pitcher this season, but he is a one-time All-Star and finished top 3 in Cy Young voting in 2023, so there might be still some hope left. In exchange for Gallen, the Diamondbacks get reliever Sean Reynolds, who has been between AAA and the majors and is still a rookie. He's posted solid numbers so far in the MLB, and then along with him they get 21st ranked prospect Brian Bowser. In the offseason, the A's gave their largest contract in team history to Luis Severino, which hasn't really worked out for them this season, so they may try and shop him at the deadline. There might be some hope for Severino because his road stats are significantly better than his home stats, having a 3.1 ERA compared to a 6.68. I have Severino going back to the Mets, who he pitched very well for last season. The Braves are pretty much already eliminated from the playoffs, so I have them trading Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna has taken a step down from last season, but is still a good hitter that can greatly improve a contender. I have him going to Detroit because I think the Tigers could use a little bit of an offensive boost. Ryan O'Hearn might just be the Orioles' best player this season and has some decent trade value. The Mariners are in dire need of a first baseman, so I think they're the perfect trade target for him. The Red Sox got hot before the All-Star break and are sitting around the 50% chance to make the playoffs, so it looks like they may try and buy at the deadline, and their rotation has greatly struggled, so I have them acquiring Merrill Kelly. Kelly's having a great season with Arizona posting a 3.32 ERA and a 1.06 whip. The Cubs are World Series contenders, but they must improve their starting pitching to be able to make a deep playoff run. Boyd and Imanaga have been good, but they need another established starter, which will be Mitch Keller. He is under control for 3 more years and having a very good season for the Pirates. But this trade won't come cheap and will require the Cubs sending number 4 prospect Kevin Alcantara to Pittsburgh. The White Sox signed starting pitcher Adrian Hauser in the middle of the season just for someone to fill innings, but he has been amazing so far and has a sub-2 ERA and would have decent trade interest. He's another option for the Cubs to boost their starting pitching, and he would cost significantly less than Mitch Keller. The Reds need a right-handed outfielder that can play above-average defense, which is exactly what Luis Robert can provide. Robert's stats may not be very appealing, but he has boosted his OPS 50 points in July and might just need a change of scenery. He also has 2 years of club options, so the Reds can do what they want with him after this year depending how he does. In return, I have the White Sox getting the Reds' 9th and 22nd prospects. The Guardians only have a 15% chance to make the playoffs, so I don't think they'll be buyers. Instead, I have them selling one of their relievers in Hunter Gaddis. Gaddis was one of the best relievers in all of baseball last season, but he has taken a step back this season, but still has an ERA plus of 118 and is under control till 2029. Toronto leads the AL East and might look to add another higher leverage reliever. The Rockies are on pace for the worst season in MLB history, but they do have 2 players that are having a decent season, in Ryan McMahon and Jake Bird, which will be a perfect package to send to the Yankees, who desperately need a third baseman and relief pitching. The Rockies add pitching to their farm system with receiving 2 top 15 Yankees prospects. The Tigers' bullpen has been their weak link this season after being the exact opposite in 2024. I have them acquiring 2 Pirates relievers in David Bednar and Caleb Ferguson. Bednar has returned to his 2023 All-Star form and can be the closer that Detroit needs. Ferguson has the lowest average exit velocity and hard hit percentage in baseball and generates a lot of soft contact. Since Detroit is getting two high leverage relievers, they will have to give up number 8 prospect Chris Rodriguez, who's very young but has a lot of potential as the centerpiece in this trade. The Astros could use another starter amidst all the injuries who can eat innings, which is exactly what they can get out of veteran Tyler Anderson. I have the Astros acquiring another starting pitcher in 2024 Cy Young runner-up Seth Lugo. Lugo has followed up his incredible 2024 season, nearly picking up where he left off, continuing to dominate. Lugo would be an amazing number 3 for the Astros rotation. Yohan Moncada is having a good season for the Angels, posting a 122 OPS plus. The Cubs are in need of a third baseman, which is really the only hole in their lineup, since Matt Shaw hasn't gotten off to the start Chicago was hoping for. The Dodgers bullpen has been extremely banged up, and they could still use a true closer, so I have them trading for Cardinals closer Ryan Helsley. Helsley's ERA and WHIP are up from last season, but he still has an ERA in the low 3s and is striking out around 10 batters per 9, and he also can throw triple digits in his slider. Opponents are batting under 100 against. Helsley will be a free agent next year, so depending how he does for the Dodgers, he could be their closer going forward for the next few years. Sandy Alcantara has struggled so far this season, posting a 6.66 ERA, but he also won a Cy Young 2 seasons ago, and I think there's still hope for him. The Boston Red Sox need starting pitching badly, so I have them acquiring Alcantara. Even though he's had a rough year, it'll still take 2 top 15 prospects from the Red Sox to acquire him. The Brewers could use some help in the infield, so I have them acquiring utility man Isaiah Kiner-Falefa from the Pirates. IKF can play second, short, and third, so he's very versatile, and while he doesn't hit for power, he's a pretty good contact hitter. This trade would require the Brewers barely having to give up anything. The Mets need bullpen help badly, so I have them acquiring Griffin Jax from the Twins. His numbers may not look too great, but don't be fooled. His FIP is only a 2.07, and he has one of the highest chase rates, whiff rates, and strikeout rates in all of baseball. This will cost the Mets a top 5 prospect in Brandon Sprout in return. The Yankees desperately need a third baseman, and Eugenio Suarez is probably the best player on the market right now. He is 4th in the league in home runs and 1st in RBIs, and could be the exact spark that the Yankees need. The price for Suarez definitely won't be cheap, and have the Yankees giving up their number 2 prospect along with 2 others to acquire Suarez. The Mets could use some help in center field through acquiring Cedric Mullins as more of a platoon bat, since he has an 822 OPS against lefties compared to a 645 against righties. He's only under contract for this year, so he wouldn't really cost too much. The Phillies need a closer with the suspension of Jose Alvarado, and they also need a center fielder, which they can get from the Twins with Harrison Bader and Johan Duran. This trade will be expensive though, and they will have to give up number 3 prospect Justin Crawford and number 6 Mick Abel. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, I have them trading third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes to the Yankees. The Yankees desperately need a third baseman, and Hayes is the best defensive third baseman in all of baseball. However, he does have a sub 600 OPS, but he has been hitting better as of recently. He also signed a bigger contract, so the Pirates would probably want to get rid of it. The Padres have had a hole in left field all year, and this could be solved by trading for Jesus Sanchez. Sanchez is having a pretty good year with a 750 OPS and could help a struggling Padres team. He is under team control for the next 2 years, so they would have to give up 2 top 15 prospects. The Giants' offense has struggled all season, and they'll be looking to make the postseason, so I have them trading for left fielder Taylor Ward. Ward has a near 800 OPS and also has 23 homers, tied for 12th in the league. This might cost a little bit for the Giants. I have them giving up number 6 prospect to Dakota Jordan. The Phillies desperately need bullpen help, so I have them trading for Phil Maton. Maton is in the top 90th percentile in exit velocity against, expected ERA, expected batting average, whiff percentage, K rate, barrel percentage, and hard hit rate.